Please show me a definition otherwise.
A definition of level that isn't horizontal?
Give me a definition in context for the word horizontal, for the word level, and the word straight. And then let's contrast it with a definition of the word curve. And let's see what we get.
We're not talking about curve, we're talking
horizontal. Well, that's what we're talking about in comparison to the horizon and two straight lines for perpendicular. So if you can make curved line work in the perpendicular, please give us the citation.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
Well, that's what we're talking. That's what we're talking about.
So you're changing the...
No, I'm not changing anything. No, I'm not changing anything. It's like you didn't want to pun because you don't do puns, but I said the word ball, B-A-L-L, could mean a football, a baseball, a basketball, or I'm having a good time, I'm having a ball, or I'm going to dance, I'm going to a ball. Now, words are very important. So yes, straight, level, horizontal versus curve. Let's see what we get when we look them all up.
The level can mean horizontal, but it doesn't have to.
Could it be curved?
In the context of sea level, yes.
No, sea level is exactly what it says, sea level, or else they would say sea curve. There's a word for curve. Hang on, there's a word for curve, and if sea was curved, wouldn't they call it sea curve?
So you're saying nowhere does it say sea level curve?
No, I say nowhere does it say sea curve.
Right, which is why level doesn't always be horizontal or straight.
Can I just add,
please.
right? A water level is a device for establishing a horizontal plane of reference, right? So,
sure.
Right, so that's water level. Are you saying adding salt to that water will make it curve?
No, water level isn't an ocean.
But you did just claim that sea level was curved, and all you did was add sea in front of it instead of water. So the sea is just like a briny water, isn't it?
No, it's not all it is.
Right, so what's the difference between water level and sea level? Because the level word is the same. That's what is at question here, right?
Yeah.
The word level. Yeah?
The word level appears in both, and it also appears in things like sound pressure level, which clearly doesn't mean horizontal. And sea level doesn't mean horizontal.
Well, don't go to sound. Let's stay on water, and let's see why we don't call it an arc. We don't call it sea arc. We don't call it sea curve. We don't call it sea bend. We call it sea level. What's the synonyms for level?
There's many synonyms.
Well, I know, but what are they? What are they?
There's lots.
Okay, what are they? You're roboting. You're roboting. God, why does he pick the worst times to talk to us?
It's the best time to talk to you for me.
No, you're roboting. How can you say it's the best time? If you can't understand our cry for a good connection and you want to make fun of it, I don't understand if you're at all sincere about what you're talking about.
What am I making fun of?
Oh my gosh. Level. On a horizontal plane. I'm reading. Level. On a horizontal plane. Having a surface of having a surface of completely equal height. Equal to or even with something or someone else. Not having or showing inconsistency or irregularities. Level-headed, we can say someone's level-headed, even-tempered, steady. Let's see what else.
Right.
Oh.
So how many of those use the word horizontal?
Well, hang on. Surveying, a horizontal datum, line or plane. Line or plane. Tools, a device such as spirit level for determining whether a surface is horizontal. Back to surveying, in parentheses, a surveying instrument consisting basically of a telescope with a spirit level attached, used for measuring relative heights of land. Reading the difference in elevation of 2 points taken with such an instrument. Another one for surveying. A horizontal line or plane with respect to which measurement of elevation is based. Sea level. A flat, even surface or area of land. You know, funny thing is I don't see arc curve anywhere.
Do you see horizontal in every definition there?
Pretty much. Plane, horizontal, even, level, line,
Even is
straight. Listen, I don't see curve or arc anywhere here.
That's not the argument at all.
It is the argument. You're saying the Earth is a sphere which would have to have Earth curve, yes or no?
Of course.
Okay, well then
Seas
I
are
am
not
saying
horizontal.
I
Even
am.
you will agree with that.
No. No, where the sea, when it's undisturbed, and I've been on it every week for days on end for 2.5 years on my boat. I know what the seas are.
And you know there are tides.
Synonym. I said I've been on the boat. I've been where the waves were 6 feet and higher, and I've been there where it was smooth as glass, like on a lake, right in the middle, between the coast of California and Catalina Island, where it wasn't hardly anything moving. Undisturbed, level. We're not talking about dropping something into a pool and making a wake. Sea level. I'm sorry, but you're wrong based on every definition I'm able to find.
So you're in California, Ted?
Yes, I'm in California.
When you have high tide, is it the same high tide?
I already answered that question.
Really?
I'm not talking about currents or waves. I'm talking about undisturbed water. I've already told you.
Level.
No, look, you can play these games if you like, Chucky, or you can just realize that in the definitions for level, straight, and horizontal, we never get the same as for definitions of arc or curve. That's what I'm talking about. I'm using the sea.
You're talking about the wrong thing.
No, I'm trying to get through to you, but since you have a gravity vector that makes its own vertical every disco square apart from the other disco square so you can have your ball, we can never get anywhere because you have the definitions all messed up. You got a non-force force doing your thing, and I don't need it because the Earth is a plane.
Except the sea isn't horizontal.
Oh, that's why they call it the horizon. Do they call it the horizon for a reason? Yeah. What's horizon? Is horizon part of horizontal? Is it not part of the root word? No, let me ask you something. The sea, you said the sea is not horizontal, but they call it the sea horizon.
There is a horizon, yeah.
Right, and where does the word horizontal come from? What's it tied to?
It doesn't come
What's it tied to? Well, arc and curve doesn't come from level either. But you're willing to say it does. Well, yeah, you are.
I never said they did.
Yeah, your gravity vector. You know that's where you're going.
Gravity, you did.
No, I know because I know where you're going to end up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a direct question so that you can prove me right.
Go ahead. Don't answer mine. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't worry about it, yours. I already know where yours is going because you can't even identify a word. We're playing a stupid game about a word that everybody knows the meaning of other than you. So let's go right to the jugular. Here it is. When the sea curves, on your sphere, what's keeping that water from flying off your sphere?
Weight.
What is weight?
Mass times gravity.
Well, you just said it then.
Mass times G, I should say.
You can say whatever you want. You said gravity. That's where it's going. I knew that's where it was going. I said it because I knew where you were going.
Of course you knew where that was going, because I can answer a question.
No, you
And
said
asked a
I
question
never.
that leads to gravity. I could ask you
No,
a question
because
that leads to
you-
blue. That's not good for
No,
me.
you don't understand. If I put your water as weight on a basketball, your weight doesn't stay on the basketball. It dribbles down the sides until it hits the ground. I want to see this non-force. I want to see this non-force force of yours hold water to a basketball. And by the way, you need to be spinning at 1,000 miles at the equator, which would throw the water outward, right? Not inward, outward. You see how silly what you believe is when you actually talk about it.
No, I see how silly you make it sound when you talk about it.
No, you can't demonstrate your ball or your gravity or the spinning function of your ball with water staying on. You cannot demonstrate that. I can demonstrate sea level, though.
Are you doing that demonstration on Earth?
Where else would I be doing it?
Yeah, so that's why the water flows off, because of gravity pulling it off, genius.
Oh my gosh, you really scored a big one on me there.
What else pulls it off?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You
Okay,
go fill
thanks.
a contain. You go fill your cup of tea without a cup. What's going to happen?
It falls down.
Go boom boom.
No, I never said it goes boom boom. Water doesn't go boom boom.
No, it falls down, goes boom boom. Boom boom is like wake up and realize that if the water is not contained, it's gonna what?
Go down.
Find its level some other place, just like a glacier that's
We're talking
melting up
about
on
the
a.
sea, and we're talking about horizontal, and you're trying to get away from it. The sea
I'm
is
not
not
trying
horizontal.
to. No, that's why they call it sea horizon. Horizon. What do you think the word horizon makes up the word horizontal? Are you not looking at the dictionary?
What's the definition of horizon again?
You know it, and I know it, and I'm trying to ask you: have you ever seen the curve? Because when I'm next to my baller friends, they never see the curve, and you're saying you see a curve, I guess.
I see it in the z-axis.
No, you don't see it. My baller friends don't see it, and they're at least honest with me.
Okay, your baller friends live on a lake or an ocean.
Both. My baller friends talk about lakes and oceans, and they've never seen the curve. I've been on the plane, and they've been on the plane, and they've never seen the curve. At least my baller friends are honest.
So when I'm in the lake and the water is calm and I get my eyes almost to the level of the lake, I'm going to refuse to answer this question a few days ago.
What are you talking about? We know what a lake is.
What's
It's a
the
cavity.
z-axis?
No, forget the z-axis. The cavity that the water sits in the lake, when it overflows, it's going to go off the side somewhere else. But if it's not overflowing, then it's just going to be whatever that cavity is that's holding that water.
Why are we forgetting about the z-axis?
You don't even know the word level, and you're wanting to go to z-axis. You don't even know the word
I never
straight.
disagreed with a single definition of the word level. I said not all those definitions have the word horizontal in them.
It says right here, horizontal condition, especially equilibrium of a fluid marked by a horizontal surface of even altitude. Water seeks its own level. That's it, right there.
Equilibrium of a fluid. So if you spin fluid in a centrifuge, is it in equilibrium?
No, if you're spinning it, it's not equal. It's not resting, is it? And if you're spinning Earth had water, it'll be spinning outwards, wouldn't it?
I don't think equilibrium means rest.
No, I'm done talking to you because you're foolish now. You just embarrassed yourself by saying those last two words. So good day, Chucky.
Cool. At least it was a pleasant chat today.
It was.
Yeah, I'll listen to your echo chamber if you want. I'll go on mute.
Go ahead, ad hominem as you go.
Sorry,
the guy who doesn't know what level and
what's he talking about? Echo chamber. What was
Wait,
that?
he has
Who else
to.
is on here that knows what shape the Earth is?
What shape?
Yes.
Go on.
Is this DP or Bev? I can't. I'm sorry,
It's
sorry,
Bev.
sorry to tell you. Sorry?
What the
It's
world?
Bev. What are you talking about? You know what shape the Earth is, do you?
That's right.
Go on.
Do you?
Explain
Explain what?
how you know what shape the Earth is, please.
Were you not on last night with
Provide your evidence.
Miles Davis?
Sorry?
You were on with Miles Davis last night, weren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. And we
Okay,
didn't get
explain
chance.
how the Earth has
We
been me-
didn't get chance to. He explain how the Earth was measured?
multiple ways, yes, you ignored it.
Did he explained how the Earth was measured? With his
Many
pictures.
ways that Pardon?
With his pictures. He said he wasn't a surveyor and he didn't know anything about surveying. So how did
Surveyors do measure the Earth.
how? Please provide your evidence.
Total station surveying, chain surveying.
Do you think just saying that is giving evidence? It's not. Can you please
You want-
provide your evidence?
My evidence for how they survey the Earth?
Well, are you a surveyor?
No, but I have.
Right.
done
So
some surveying. I have
do
proof
you
that-
know surveyors that have taught you or told you that they know how to measure the Earth?
That's what surveyors.
Right. Have
They also
you talked to any surveyors that have told you they know how to measure the Earth?
Yes.
Who are these surveyors?
I'm not going to give you their names.
Right. Okay. So you're going to keep it a secret. You're just going to say that somebody's told you, and that's good enough for you. So that's your evidence that you live on a ball, right?
So, Bev, if
Yeah,
I give you the name of a
My
surveyor,
mate says he's got a tiger. Do you believe him? I'm not going to show you any evidence for it at all. Just that I have a mate that's told me that, right?
And if I knew his name, would that make me
that's
believe it anymore?
good enough. Well, I've asked you to provide evidence. You've just said some people do some things.
I
that-
can provide evidence. We know the measurements of a place to another place.
Pardon?
I can provide evidence that we know the distances from different places on Earth to the other different places on Earth. So, for example, New York, Tokyo, to Sydney, to Rome.
You can provide evidence that you know those distances.
I can provide evidence of those distances,
How?
and I've tested other distances.
How?
on that.
Chucky, how are you going to provide me evidence that you've checked and verified those distances?
I did say I've checked and verified those distances.
Oh, right. So that's not proof then, right? Again, you're taking the word of somebody else.
Okay, I'll go on mute while you talk to yourself, Bev.
I'm trying to wait for your evidence, but you just keep saying other people have told me things.
Have you ever tested Google Earth?
Pardon?
Have you ever tested the distances on Google Earth?
I can't hear what you're saying, sorry.
Have you ever tested the distances on Earth?
Have I ever tested
Google
the
Earth.
distances on Earth or Google Earth?
Google Earth, yeah.
What do you mean tested? What are you talking about?
Let's say Google Earth tells you, how far does Google Earth tell you it is to your work?
Sorry, I can't hear what you're saying. You're cutting out. It's as though your headset's
How far
cutting out
does
early.
Google Earth tell you it is to your work?
I work at home. I'm a carer.
How far does Google Earth say it is to any place you've ever been to?
Well, I don't like it. Why do you check Google Earth? I mean, is that? And are you saying that we should take that as evidence of how far a distance is, because Google Earth tells you something?
If you've tested it multiple times and it works out, yes.
You have so you've tested it and verified Google. I haven't. This is the first time I've ever heard of anybody wanting to do that. Have you?
Yes.
Right. So you are willing to verify Google Earth as a model.
Yes.
Okay. So you realise that's like a flat map, right? It's only when you zoom out it goes into a big floaty ball mode. You're not suggesting that the water level on Google Earth is curved, are you?
Sorry. I was getting a call. What'd you say? When you zoom out, it.
Oh my gosh, this is the worst conversation.
Hello?
Hey man, your mic is boo boo. Bev, you still there?
Yeah.
I wonder why he would pick to have a conversation while he's riding in the car.
Oh, because yeah, I don't know. Are we getting a connection back?
Hello. Am I
Hello?
back?
I don't know. Sort of. Semi.
So sorry, Bev. I missed when you said when you zoom out it turns, and that's when it dropped.
Turns into a ball when you zoom out. The water
Right.
level on Google Earth is level water, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And level is horizontal?
No. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not every time. Yeah.
Okay,
I think
so
that guy's the connection is creating an echo chamber.
yeah.
Yeah, you were going to say, Bev, why the level only ever meant horizontal.
In respect to surveying and the level that you use within surveying, yeah, it does. It's horizontal. Like the level of a
That
computer
wasn't
game
what we were talking.
and being level-headed doesn't mean you've got a horizontal head. I mean that you know, like that's not really but level within surveying, yeah, horizontal. It's a position that is perpendicular to vertical always.
But not in geodetic surveying.
I don't know what you're talking about. Do you again, have you been talking to people that propose that they do geodetic surveying? Have you been talking to many geodetic surveyors?
Not many. One.
Not many.
How many do I need?
Who have you been? How many have you been talking to? I mean, one would be enough. What tools did this geodetic surveyor tell you he was using?
I don't know. But
Okay.
again,
What geometry did this geodetic surveyor tell you he was using?
It was actually a few years ago, so we didn't get into it that deep. He just laughed at you all.
He laughed at who?
Flat earther.
And like who? When you say you all, are you? What's your definition of flat earther then, please?
Somebody who doesn't know the shape of the earth
Somebody.
or thinks it's flat.
Oh, what, you mean level is horizontal?
Level is sometimes horizontal.
Right. Sometimes. What do you mean when you're talking about surveying?
when you're talking about planar surveying, yes, not when you're talking about geodetic surveying.
Oh well, what tools do geodetic surveyors use? Because all the tools that I can think of are all planar surveyor tools, right?
Are you a geodetic surveyor or a planar surveyor?
No, I just did land surveying when I did my course.
And you did chaining as well.
Pardon?
Did you do chaining as well?
No. Why?
You didn't learn about chaining?
No,
Chain
because
surveying?
we didn't have chains. That's pretty old school, that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real old school. I'm not that old. But it was before GPS. So yeah, we did land surveying, and we used horizontal level.
Actually, when I only did surveying for a couple of years in school.
In school?
A couple courses, I should say.
In school?
Yes.
So what sort of school did you go to? Where did you go to school?
In Canada.
In Canada. Did they do surveying in school?
Didn't I just say that I took a couple courses?
Okay, so nice. I mean, I wasn't aware that surveyors did surveying in school. Was it alongside maths and religion and geography and history?
Didn't take any religion in school.
Did you not? Do you not do? We had to do religion over here. RE, religious education. But you did surveying. That's interesting.
In college, not in high school.
Ah, right, college. Ah, well, that's different, right? So what qualifications did you end up with then for your surveying?
I'm not a surveyor. I took a couple of courses.
Okay, so what qualifications did you get from those couple of courses that you did in college?
Surveying.
Pardon?
You could look me up on LinkedIn.
I'm not bothered about looking up.
Then why does it matter?
Because you've said that you've not done any surveying, but then you said you've done a couple of courses on surveying, and now you don't seem to know what qualifications you've ended up with from doing the courses that you did in college.
I never said I didn't do surveying. I said I'm not a surveyor. I did a few courses in school.
Okay, so what qualifications did you end up with from your surveying courses?
Nothing to do with surveying.
Right, so you did some surveying courses that had nothing to do with surveying. Well, that sounds really handy, that, Chucky. Well done.
I should clarify, my qualification has very little to do with surveying. We needed to know a little bit about how it worked, but it's certainly not.
Right, so did they tell you anything about level in your surveying course?
We would have done planar surveying only. We didn't do geodetic surveying.
Okay, so in that course then, did they tell you that level was horizontal?
Yeah, Bev, I'm not arguing with you about that.
You're not?
That wasn't... No, I agree that in planar surveying, level means horizontal.
Oh, right. Does that mean that you also agree that it is child abuse then in planar surveying? To say that.
Child abuse in planar surveying.
Yeah. Do you want me to show you again? Let you listen to it. I don't know whether you heard it the other night.
I'm saying, personally, I believe the things that you teach your child, your autistic child, is psychological child abuse.
Like that water is level?
No, you teach your child that level is a horizontal plane, which is not true.
Yes,
and the implication of that is that you are teaching your child the earth is flat.
No.
Yes.
Oh, right. So does that mean that planar surveyors teach flat earth to their students? I mean, like, were you taught flat earth without you knowing when you did your surveying at school, college?
So I don't sound like FTFE, do I?
No, but I mean, that's what he says, right?
Do you care what he says?
Well, like, do you not care what he says?
Sometimes he's a jackass, so no, I don't think teaching your child about planar surveying is child abuse.
Okay.
But if
do you think it implies flat earth like he does?
No, I disagree with him on that as well.
Oh, it's okay. So you're fine with level being horizontal,
For planar surveying, yes.
right? And well, how do you wrap that horizontal around a ball?
It's big.
Pardon?
It's very big.
Oh, okay. So at what scale do you have a horizontal bending around a ball, please? Well, actually, it does actually have a number to it, doesn't it? So is that the scale? What sort of scale does it start to bend? Horizontal.
Well, it's hard to say when it really gets noticeable. I've noticed it at about, I think it's about 1.2 kilometers is what I got the measurement of.
1.2 kilometers.
Centimeters.
And that's what?
Yes. Only a few centimeters. Sorry, Bev, you do miles, right?
Well, I mean, I'll do whatever, you know. Like you just tell us what. Yeah,
it's
go on.
about 3/4 of a mile, because 1.6 is a mile.
Okay, and that would be what?
So about 3/4 of a mile, there's a few centimeters, maybe 6 or 7 centimeters.
Yeah, if we're going to
That's
do
at the
miles,
point.
are you going to do inches then? Because that would be much better, wouldn't it?
Inches, 4 inches maybe, I noticed.
4 inches
It's hard
over.
to say because I didn't go and measure the dock and it started the distance.
Okay, so that would that be a curvature measurement or a drop measurement? Like what? Is that drop from the horizontal? No, wait a minute. That is the horizontal, right?
Yeah, the horizontal is still at the level of the water. Or sorry, the level is still at the water.
Right.
So, yes, if I'm drawing a horizontal, you'd call it a drop, but that's not really an accurate description.
No, you've just bent the horizontal, didn't you?
No, the horizontal would still continue straight.
No, you just said that the horizontal would bend over a certain scale because you said the level is horizontal, but that horizontal bends at a certain.
The horizontal doesn't bend.
Oh, right. So
It
level.
curves around the earth.
So level isn't or level is horizontal. I mean, you get me all confused. Try that again, right? So level horizontal?
In planar surveying, yes.
Right, so level is horizontal.
I wasn't planar surveying there. I was swimming in a lake.
Okay, so yeah, but that's what like planar surveyors will be using all the tools. Like a water level, that's a planar surveyor tool, right?
Bev, I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying is that ocean
Well,
and the land.
I'm asking you, if you're not disagreeing with me then, and I say horizontal is a straight line, and you also agree that horizontal is a straight line, and level is horizontal, then how do you get that horizontal to wrap around your imaginary ball that's floating about in a vacuum that's imaginary, right? How do you get the horizontal to go all the way round that?
10th man already just explained that. There are many different...
10th man didn't
horizontals
explain
around
anything
here.
about what. There are many different horizontals, did you just say?
Of course.
Can you just explain to me what a horizontal is? Or what you think a horizontal is?
We already agree with this. It's a level plane. You could probably think of it as an infinite number of level planes, and it's hard to tell. But like you said, it's such a gradual change that on the local level, it seems to be completely level when it's only off by a centimeter, something imperceptible.
You like geometry, you know what a plane is, right?
Yeah. You know what a sphere is, right?
Two-dimensional surface. Right? A plane, that's what a plane is. Yeah?
Yep.
Right, well, how does that wrap round the ball? It doesn't. You're missing a dimension that it needs to be able to wrap around a ball.
Well, depends how many would you say a a sphere has one side edge or one side, I guess would be the accurate term.
I don't know it.
Infinite.
A sphere is a three-dimensional object, right?
Okay. So is a cube. A cube has 6 sides. How many sides does a sphere have?
A sphere has one surface, doesn't it? Then it is 3 dimensional as it wraps around the solid object that is the sphere, 3-dimensional.
Yeah, you keep repeating things and I'm agreeing with you.
Well, but what are you talking about a plane then? How come you're getting so confused with a 2-dimensional plane and a 3-dimensional object?
So I'm asking you how many you think it has. There's an argument as to whether it's one or infinite. I think it's infinite.
Sorry, say that again. What's infinite?
There's disagreement as to whether a sphere has one surface. I guess it has one surface, but how many sides does a sphere have? One or an infinite number?
It's a sphere. It doesn't have any sides. What are you talking about?
Okay.
You don't think there's a contention that there's people asking how many sides a sphere has? In fact,
okay.
If you hadn't have brought that up, nobody had ever asked me that, ever. So thank you for that. We'll have to remember that. How many sides does a sphere have, ChuckyBradBoy? 2020.
Yeah, so then the answer is there are no levels on Earth.
Sorry?
So then the answer would be there are no levels on Earth. If that's your argument, that's not mine. Again, I said there are infinite numbers.
I don't know what you just said then.
There are an infinite number of sides on a sphere.
Brilliant. And what has that got to do with a level?
So now you're trying to tell me I said there are none.
I don't know. You're still trying to equate a ball with level. I'm struggling. Can you please explain what you were talking about? Why are you trying to equate? Why have you gone to a 3-dimensional object when we are talking about level being a horizontal plane, a 2-dimensional?
Earth is a sphere, so we're talking about Earth.
Oh, you've just...
That's why I would...
Oh, but we are trying to explain how you managed to get a horizontal to wrap around a ball. And once again, rather than explaining that, you've just stated that the Earth is a sphere.
I never said a horizontal wraps around the Earth.
But you said the level is horizontal. Many times.
In planar surveying, yeah.
And planar surveying is using the tools of theodolites and levels and auto levels and water levels.
Within certain tolerance.
And tape measures and all of that sort of things, right?
Yeah, I agree with you.
There's
a certain margin of error in that, right? That's acceptable over your distance.
Yeah, of course there is. There's always a margin of error.
I forget what it is. I want to say a couple centimeters per kilometer, or maybe an inch over a mile. Is that about right? Maybe less?
Well, I don't know. Some of them are like a couple of millimeters over a kilometer, I've heard.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. You do both. Yeah, it would depend on what you're doing, right? It's going to be different for horizontal measurements, distance measurements, as opposed to elevation measurements, correct?
Sorry?
The tolerances are different whether you're measuring elevations of something as opposed to measuring distance from.
If you're doing differential leveling, what you normally do in planar surveying, if that's all you're bothered about is elevation, then distance between the 2 points doesn't really matter. You're just on about your vertical elevation, right?
But there's still exactly. But there's still a different tolerance for the two.
Yeah, but there's no distance difference between it. I mean, that sort of...
I need to go in a minute, but Bev, it actually has been a pleasure. Even 10th Man, it was as well. I don't think that if you teach your child that planar surveying is flat, that's child abuse, but if you teach them the Earth is flat, that is. You can quote me on that.
So do you think level being horizontal is teaching people flat Earth, then?
In planar surveying, Bev, you have to speak properly. You have to say what you mean.
Yeah, level is horizontal, like. Yeah?
In planar surveying.
Well, it doesn't matter, just level is horizontal. Do you not think that's teaching people flat Earth? Do you not think that implies flat Earth?
That's just being way too vague with your description.
Well, that's pretty much exactly word for word what Fight the Flat Earth said, right? Now, does
I'm
he
interested
not
as
speak
far
for
as
you?
that.
Has
No,
anybody
he does
ever
not speak
met?
for me. I'm not him.
Has anybody ever met an actual victim of child abuse
I have.
and asked them whether they would laugh at the idea of being taught something like
I'll be
that
honest with you, I
as
think
being child abuse?
these people that are saying this would be absolutely ashamed to even say
Yeah,
anything in the
it's
presence.
making a mockery of children that actually get abused.
Emma, there are levels of abuse, correct?
So you would say anybody in a religious family is being abused?
No, I wouldn't. Because there
What's
are
the
levels
difference?
of that too.
Yeah, but
It certainly
what's
is a
the
fine
difference?
line.
Who gets to
Sorry?
choose? Who gets to choose and decide when you're teaching your children what you see in reality?
You believe?
Who gets to define what is child abuse? And well, the law would define that.
Okay.
I might disagree with it.
But
to
just
teach your child the earth is flat
just
is
throwing out accusations of child abuse over that.
Did I throw
I
out
mean,
accusations of child abuse?
really, you said flat earthers teaching your child the earth is flat is child abuse. You stated that. You
Right.
said you can quote me on that.
Yeah.
and
I
that's
just think that is the
issue.
most petty thing. Insult
It's
me all
because
you
there's
want.
no actual arguments.
Yeah,
There's
but
no actual proofs of
leave
anything,
children
so
out
we
of it.
revert back to type
Yeah.
every time.
What children was I bringing into it?
Yeah.
Do you have children that you're teaching are flat? The earth is flat?
Teaching
Well,
the truth.
one of my children I don't get to teach very much because he's disabled. But thank you for asking.
And the other one?
The other one goes to school like she is supposed to, and she
I
learns
teach-
everything all the other children get taught.
There you go.
Where's your issue with that?
I don't have an issue with that.
So you
There is
don't
this-
think that teaching level is horizontal is child abuse then, or that implies flat Earth teaching?
No, but to say it only means horizontal would be wrong. It wouldn't be child abuse.
No,
It would still
it's
be
not wrong. It's what it means. It doesn't mean anything else. That's
Anyways,
what
Bev,
it
I have to
means.
go, but I do appreciate the time, and I hope I sounded a little bit better, so I'll keep using these headphones.
Make sure you bring your
Was it better?
geometric horizon with you. We'd really like to see it, because at the moment we haven't got one, which means you've got geometry on the globe of Earth.
All right, take care, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Pop in next time. Try and bring a better argument though.
Yeah,